geht's. Du, 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 du. Ich muss kurz gucken. Mit Chat. Fertig.
We have to stop Sir Kelzelik.
Don't you think it's about time you dropped the sir?
He always treated us Danans with such warmth and kindness. Did he have such bad intentions all along? I just can't bring myself to believe it.
Forget about intentions. We should assume he's the one who's behind all these incidents. It's not surprising to me that there are Renans in Menancia who resent Dohalim, but I didn't expect one would be so close to him.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I guess all of us here in Menancia are still some way off from being a truly united realm, aren't we?
Are you going to be okay, Kisara?
I don't know, but I definitely don't want things to end like this. Please, lend me your strength.
Of course. Anyone who tries to oppress others is our enemy, and we'll gladly stand against them. Besides, I want to believe that this realm really can do better too.
Genau, Sarah. Da muss bestimmt arbeiten. Rimwell raus. Sarah raus. Anführung. Fähigkeitsmatrix überprüfen. Keine Punkte. Gut. Und hier schon 160 und 480. Da ist es wahrscheinlich nicht gucken. 600. Skalieren. 500 ist die. Erhöhte Stärke bei Waffen. Ja. Umroll. Let's go. Reflexzoom. Verteidigung. Resistenz. Verteidigung. Ja, wie wäre denn da aufgehen? Und in die Luft. Gut. Ja, jetzt können wir. Da ist die Tür. Tür. Morgen.
I thought we'd see fighting throughout the city, but it's dead quiet.
Either Dohalim's allies have been arrested, or they're keeping a low profile.
Meaning the rebels are occupying the palace? Then let's hurry up and kick those bastards out.
Kicken wir den Bastard. Kann er selber aufhören, so rumzuflattern? Das stört mich.
This place is awfully quiet for a siege palace.
Such a huge place is spooky without all those people here.
They're probably waiting to ambush us.
With so few Renans here, I guess this is what it's like when the Danans are expelled and the ruling minority are all that's left. My money's on them using Zeugles to even the odds.
I don't even see any Danan guardsmen.
The fact that they're not at their stations tells me they really have been driven out. We all swore an oath of loyalty to Lord Dohalim. My fellow guards wouldn't abandon their post lightly.
Speaking of which, where the heck is he?
Ich musste jetzt mal ein krasses Kostüm für den Lord zeigen.
Have you where we should go in the main building?
Das sieht einfach mega heftig aus. DLCs. Da. Einfach heftig. Könnte man sich glatt drin verlieben. Ja, ist aus dem SAO DLC. Gibt's da noch einmal für sie. Und für ihn. Aber ich glaube, das kostet irgendwie 15 Euro. Oder so.
Let's try the Lord's chamber.
Worth a shot.
Let me be the shotgun. Schon wieder verschlossen. Was zum... Diese Klausel ist ihm wirklich gelungen, die Barriere im Palast dahin zu setzen. Das heißt wohl, dass wir auf der richtigen Spur sind, ihn zu finden. Können wir die irgendwie loswerden? Wenn ich mich recht erinnere, gibt es irgendwo einen Auslösemechanismus. Ich würde vermuten, in seinem persönlichen Büro.
Hey Law, you can bust that wall open, can't you?
Well, let's give it a try and find out!
You sure about that?
Die wollen reden. Let's go.
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know.
Ja, das
I couldn't
DLC
see
kostet
anything with him,
16 Euro.
but I could sense something was there.
Für eine Missionsreihe
Probably
und
some
3
sort of
Kostüme.
An invisible Zeugl?
We'd better be careful in any case. I'd rather we not find out after it jumps us and tries to rip our throats out.
Da trifft man sogar die zwei Hauptprotagonisten.
I'll do my best.
I do my best.
You see what happened there as you crossed? I shouldn't have done that. No shield can stand up to these things. I'll crush you!
Erster, hau raus.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! It's almost too strong. Be my guest.
Nicht kalt, gut. Sicher eine schöne Treffer hinzubekommen.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Pure erdbändiger Moves.
This should make for some good weapon crafting.
Arts. Ist da noch irgendwas anderes drauf? Sichelmond. Alles klar. Mit dem steht ein Loch in dem Boden und dritte nee.
Material.
Verschlossen.
Right, here goes! Now you learn! I'll smash you! My shield! Take down their defenses!
Alvin! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Water!
We're not finished!
Tiger Blade! Here's going in! One more! Freeze Lancer!
First strike! Here I come!
Where are you going? Going in! One more! Tiger Blade! Getting stuck! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Zerstört.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Oh, genau das.
I won't forgive you! Going in!
All mine!
This one's mine!
Denied! So much for talking it out.
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Mega ray! That's it! Flame of fury!
Bam, bam.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alvin.
Raum. Ist das irgendwo da unten? Oh. Alles klar, dann bleibt doch irgendwo da oben.
No choice! For my lord!
Crescent moon!
Rising one!
Tiger blade!
I'm not done!
Look sharp! Going in! I can read your moves like a book.
I see one, eh?
Fine freak!
Mine!
Get me to sit
This
still!
one's
Sion,
mine!
can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Finish this!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Here's a healing arc!
Look out! Their arcs were interrupted.
Talon hurricane!
I'm all stuffed up! If it's in the sky, it's blue!
Guardian
You've done it! Shattering dawn! Pieces!
Where are you going?
That's it!
Here, let me help!
Down! Your armor won't save you! My shield!
Astral arts?
That's my keep astral energy!
Say no more!
Glacial spear! Pierce
Beat
this
them
one's
away!
mine!
You're
Freeze
right!
Lancer!
Look at this!
One more!
Easy.
Don't get complacent.
Also, geht's hier rein? Bam, bam. Ja, okay.
No backing down! Now you learn! Today! Hurricane! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Try this!
Here you
I
go!
won't show you any mercy!
All mine!
Destruction!
Finish it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
It's over!
Dragon down! One more! Burn in hell!
Das ist gar kein Problem.
I've been doing really great lately. I think this is a key to the noble room of the castle.
A noble what?
The room at the northern end of this floor.
Ende des Flurs.
Maybe the release mechanism is in there.
Da hinten oder was? Geht's zum Verlauf? Da waren wir schon. Oh no. Und dann bam.
Right.
Das sind die Privatquartiere der Wachen. Wenn ihr irgendetwas hier drin braucht, neben dieser Schule. Schläfst du auch hier? Ich dachte immer, die Wachen bestünden hauptsächlich aus Männern. Ach, die Hauptquartiere sind zwischen Männern und Frauen getrennt. Gerade sind wir im Frontwaffen. Kapiert deine Passus wohl besser auf, dass ich hier nicht zu sehr störe.
Right.
Das ist ein guter Rat, wenn du nicht am falschen Ende ihrer Axt landen willst. Axt. Ja, doch, aber ist das Axt? Das ist doch Morgenstern. Wo ich mir das haben? Ist das Schweinefleisch? Okay. Oh, eine Kiste. Mit Rezept für Speckbrötchen. Eben. Dum, dum.
I'll punch that gun out of your hand! I see one, eh?
I never miss.
I really owe you one. Look sharp! Take this! Terrific move!
Hurricane Fury!
Tiger Blade!
Glacial Spear! Fierce Evil!
Support!
Freeze Laser! Crescent Moon!
I'm on it! Do it!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Everybody okay?
We're all right.
Den Schlüssel verwenden. Hier gehört ihr nicht her.
Gotta break through! Now you'll learn! Far enough! Sonic thrust!
Going in.
Burn in hell!
They really don't give up, do they?
I'll smash you! Finish this!
Action! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Hier gibt es offenbar nichts zu finden. Das war wohl der Schuss in den Ofen. Irgendwelche andere Ideen und Fußschrank finden. Wenn es nicht in seinem Büro ist, würde ich mal in den Baracken oder vielleicht sogar im Konferenzraum aus. Alles klar.
There are enemy forces here too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
So they figured we were coming all along, is that it?
Vertrauen. Nicht mal eine Kiste. Nur 2 riesengroße Betten. Konferenzraum, da müsste irgendwo da liegen gewesen sein. Speisesaal. Büro. Eingangshalle. Konferenzraum. Zitroni. Panzerschützen.
Do my best! Engaging! You picked the wrong fight! One more! That is the spot. Tiger Blade! Lightning thrust! Finish it! Elton! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Das ist Chili. Schweinefleisch. Da ist etwas auf die Ränder gekritzelt. Meine Kameraden im Notfall müsste die Barriere öffnen und Unterstützung leisten. Ihr wisst, in welchen Raum sich der Auslösungsmechanismus befindet. Vergesst nicht, den Schlüssel aus dem Büro zu holen.
Is that some kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for. But
This isn't enough to go on.
Baracken.
An opponent like this should be easy. I see one, eh?
This one's mine. You think that shield will save you? I'm ready to go.
Too strong.
Das ist mega slow.
Going in.
This one's mine. We're not finished.
Do it! Come on! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
I'm ready for the next battle.
Ja. Gibt's hier Verschluss? Sind hier die Baracken? Baracken. Verschluss. Saison. Da können wir einfach mal reingehen. Vielleicht gibt es da noch was. Man weiß es nicht. Zumindest ein bisschen Pfirsich-Chili. Und ein bisschen Milch. So, das da. Rein in die Baracken. Das ist Wachzimmer. Adelszimmer. Was sind denn die komischen Baracken? Kann ich mir kurz snappen holen? Konferenz, Gemächer des Lords, Kammer des Lords. Da sind die Baracken. Und dann hier hoch. Und dann da rein. Panzerschützen.
Right, here goes. Bring him down. Sword Ray Alpha.
Tiger Blade! One more! Fire in the hole! Jets in our range now! Tiger Blade! One more! Fire support! Down! Look sharp! That's it!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
This one's mine!
Okay.
Dragon jump! Sword blade!
Tiger Blade! I'm ready to do it! Please, Nelson!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Würde ich auch gerne noch haben. Ich habe zu viel Pfirsich-Chili oder was? Ja, und geht halt weg. Das ist so eure Mission.
No choice! I see one, eh? Smash you! My shield! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
Not today!
I'm the
Singer around here.
Nehmen das Gebrüll.
We're not finished!
Where are you going?
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Excited.
Dragon jump!
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Do
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Ist der andere jetzt auch besiegt? Super.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Hm?
I wonder if we can use this.
Geil. Der Handel mit Magersarg wird von Tag zu Tag undurchschaubarer. Wir schicken riesige Warenmengen, erhalten im Gegenzug aber nur einen geringen Teil zweifelhafter Waren in Ziel. Ist sich seine Lordschaft dessen
So
bewusst?
what is Mahag-Sar exactly?
One of the 5 realms of Dana. From the sound of it, Kelzelik had some dealings with them.
Die Baron.
I won't forgive you! This one's
Freaking does it! Tiger Blade! Shattering the I'm ready to go between blade and fist! Now you see what I can do! Dust in! Ignite! Burning strike! One more! Eat this! I'm gone! I'll end you! Tiger Blade! All finished! Finish it!
Plenty left! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Shut him down!
Tiger Blade!
Warum redet er nicht Rumwell im Kampf? Die ist doch gar nicht.
Everybody okay?
Ja.
We're all right, Alphen.
Ja, nee, ist klar. Okay. Da ist ein Bücherregal.
Look, another note from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then there should be a key inside a cabinet in the office.
Great. Let's see if we can find it.
Ach, zurück ins Büro. Ne, Speise soll. In irgendeinem Schrank. Und hier leer. Hey, hier wieder. Sieht aus wie Schranktafel, aber von einem Schlüssel. Gemächer Zweitschlüssel. Des Lordes.
Even if Danans and Renans aren't on completely equal footing here, both sides
Aber wenn die Gemächer des Lordes.
still cared about each other.
Wo sind die nun?
And now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget that. We're here fighting to keep what makes this realm.
Direkt davor.
Out of my way! Engaging! Tiger Blade! Eat this!
Not in your dreams!
I'm gone! Fire! Tiger Blade! Guardian Finger! Split it open! Be my guest! Elfin! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops!
That's like you!
Where are you going? Shut him down! Denied! Look sharp! Tiger Blade! Armor won't save you! My shield! Oh, this one's not finished it!
Astral energy!
Say no more. Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Wow.
Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
Da gibt's wohl gleich einen Bosskampf, dann speichern wir doch mal.
Right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go.
Hier ist du. Auf geht's.
Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave.
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool. I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave wouldn't know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Danon for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Danons are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel. My brother. He dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother! And now you'll die for it!
Das ist da keine Angst. Kann mir da keiner erzählen. Hallo, Monster. Süß.
My brother's dead because of you.
Why should I be concerned myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
Ach, nicht so.
This one's mine.
Hit him where it hurts most.
I don't feel so hot.
Ew.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun. No way.
Let me help you.
I'm ready to go.
This
I let my guard down.
I can carve through armor!
First aid.
I owe you one.
I'll bring you back to this.
Talon Storm!
I'll pick you up.
Go again!
Here's a healing arc.
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
That's it. Primed and ready. I never miss. Talon Storm.
Das
Look sharp.
Burn. Burning.
Tiger blade. Nothing gets by me. This one's mine. I owe you one for that. On guard.
recht lange
Tiger blade.
I'll smash you!
Oh, der Infrarot. Stimmt, die weicht ja nicht aus. Die wehrt ja nur ab. Kurzfeld. Oben. Kurzfeld. Roll.
Armor won't save you! Hear me! Flame of fury! Fair enough! Their arts were interrupted! Tiger blade! Sword! This one's mine! Here, let me help! Tiger blade! I owe you one! Lunar You're such a failure! Come on! You
No. Wenn zufällig noch ein Trank des Lebens.
I don't have much left. My guard down. I'll bring you back.
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll bring you back. Here it goes! Confiscating!
You're mine! Severin win!
Eat this!
Dragon form!
Light up the door! I'm ready to do it! Elfin!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops! This one's mine!
Und was sagen würde.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Tiger blade! Here I go! This one's mine!
Now, call it Freeling!
Take it down! Now I'm in the groove! Tiger blade!
Lunar Rondo!
This one's mine!
This one's mine!
On guard! One more! Searing flame!
You're mine!
That move!
Here comes a big one!
Flame of fury! Fantastic! Lost my focus! Close! Appreciate the help!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Devastation!
Going in! Here
This should do
goes!
it!
Mega ray! I'm ready!
I'm on it!
Ja, ich bin ja toll.
Here, let's go in! Think again! That's my cue!
Nein, das war zu langsam. Verdammt.
Now you see what I can do!
Look sharp!
Mirage! Dragon form!
I'm on a roll! This one's mine! Here, let me help!
Swallow blade! Rising weapon!
That's it! I'm all stuffed up! Let the marksman handle this!
It's on! Burn in hell!
Here, let me help! Going in!
Gib ihm.
Water! Here we go! Glacial spear! I let my guard down!
Stay away from my friend!
Bring you back from death's abyss! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Na, ist auch so.
Try this!
Confiscated!
Infernal torrent!
Hat's funktioniert?
Train harder!
Sword with this one's all mine!
Down! You're on!
Soll denn das?
Burning strike! Glacial spear! Look sharp! One more!
Swallow blade!
Zum Glück kann ich keinen Schutzfeld nutzen.
It's on!
Going in!
Burn in hell!
Lul. Kostet das Schutzfeld. Oh, ja. Das hätte ich vorher wissen müssen. Dann können wir ja kurz nur rauskicken.
It's over! This one's mine!
You've got him on the run.
Don't get cocky.
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Look sharp.
Take it!
Let's go.
Lightning slap!
I'm all stopped up. Far enough.
Take it!
Steering flag.
Severing wing!
Lightning orb. Here
Dragon
goes.
form! You picked the wrong fight!
Laser spear.
Ja, Leute, ich muss mitteilen.
Here I come!
Fred. Too much to handle.
Listen to it.
Dance in the wind.
Severing wing!
Air thrust.
Mirage!
Astral
Raining slap!
annihilation. Dance in the wind.
It's gonna attack!
Clear. One down. This can't be happening. Lightning condense.
Try harder!
Thunderblade. Now
Take this! You're finished!
Nee. Nein, Shion.
Take this! You're finished!
with the
It's too much!
Ja, weg.
raging cascade.
There!
Sleep now. Here
I
goes.
have no limits! Take this!
Raging cascade.
Win! Stardust!
I can't feel anything.
Ach nee, ich muss den Kampf einfach nochmal machen. Verdammt.
Try harder! Take this! You're finished! I won't lose. Not now, not ever.
Oh Gott. Oh. Ja, nochmal.
My brother's dead because of you!
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
It can hide itself? Amazing! Flew away!
I'm gone!
Aim for the weak spot!
Eat this!
I'll run you through!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out.
I miss all the fun. No way.
Raining slap!
Here's a healing art.
Anything in
Dragon
order.
Sword!
Get no way.
Dragon Eat dirt!
Appreciate the help.
First strike!
Here's a healing art.
Demon Fang!
First aid.
Appreciate the help. This one's mine.
Cripple Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Here we go again!
Going
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
Das war mega smart.
There. One more.
You're finished!
Primed and ready.
Flew away!
This one's mine.
Eternal Darkness!
Look sharp. Take this.
Here's a healing art.
I'm just getting started, Shion. Their arcs were interrupted.
Ignite!
Talent score. Reload. Going in.
Sword Rain Alpha! Raining Slap!
Shattering?
Going in.
Attack time!
Going in. Take
Flame
this.
of fury.
Take this!
Critical through. I'm gone. Take this.
Does it?
First aid.
Wyvern!
Going in. Take this. Going in.
Be still!
One more.
Escape!
Tectonic punch.
Here's a healing art.
That's it.
Burn in hell!
Going in. Take this. Tiger blade.
Megasonic Thrust!
Look sharp. Take this. Lead the charge to me. Talent score. I owe you one for that. Going in.
I can carve through
One
armor.
more.
Here's a healing art.
Luna
One
Rondo!
far enough. Going in. That's it.
Swallow
Look
Blade!
sharp.
Burn in hell!
I'm gone. That's it.
First strike! Lightning
Here's a healing
Thrust!
art. This one's mine.
Nächstes mit Healing.
An outstanding effect.
Luna Rondo!
Going in.
Mega ray.
Going in. One more.
Sword Rain
Und
Alpha!
dann Marvel.
Going in. One more. This one's mine.
The power of water.
Tiger blade! Here, let me help.
Attack time!
This one's mine!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here's a healing heart!
I'm on it!
Look sharp!
One more! Not today!
I'm out!
More sequels?
Keep calm and take them down!
Tiger blade! Look sharp! That's it! Nothing gets by me!
That move!
Comes a big one!
I'm all stopped up!
Not my finest.
You'll pay for that! Swallow blade!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
This one's mine!
Resuscitation!
Look down! You're all...
All right,
Let me at it!
mine! I never miss!
Demon Fang!
A new lease on life!
Hello.
Going in! One more! Annihilation!
Ignite!
La 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 la.
An outstanding... One more!
Sonic Thrust!
That's it! Do it! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Here, let me help! Take this!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
This one's mine!
Where are you going?
That's it! This one's mine! Here, let me help! Look sharp!
Here's a healing arm!
That's it!
I've let you all down.
So come on! You have to hold on!
Orangengelee.
You're mine! Rising water!
An outstanding...
Ignite!
Huh. Take this!
Here, let me help!
Damn it! Take
Going
that!
in! One more! This one's mine!
Here, go! Here, that's heal!
Shut him down!
Going in!
One more! Crescent move!
It's weakened!
Severing wind!
This one's mine!
Wind!
Look sharp! One more! Crescent away!
Water! Here we
Tiger
go!
blade!
Pierce through!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out! Here's a healing arc!
Stay away from my friend!
Look sharp!
Let me help!
That's it!
Take
An outstanding guard down!
This one's mine!
Das ist Jalla.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation!
Here, let me help them! Heads off! I'm here, let me help! Take this!
Now! Swallow blade!
Look sharp!
Destruction!
Take this!
I can
Oh,
carve through walls!
This one's mine!
ich bin mit irgendwo.
Power of water!
Oh, sie
I
auch.
let my guard down!
Rising wyvern!
Ah, bitte. Los, auch besiegt. Nicht schon wieder.
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Next!
Freeze roller! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! I'm almost impressed.
Our praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away. If it's in the
Konnte
sky,
ihn noch
it's
mal
mine.
wiederbeleben. Sehr gut.
Eat it! Take dance in the wind! Air thrust!
I'll work you through!
Glacial spear! Here's evil! Ha! Freeze! Go get! Eat this! Lightning orb!
Here comes something big!
Try to dodge!
You picked the wrong
You're
fight!
bruised all over.
Sehr schön, du bist zurück. Lalala, lalala, no, no, no.
Did you even notice?
Guess I got carried away.
I'm not always going to be around to heal you, you know.
Hold nothing back!
Diese Stelle verstehen.
Ready to go. Dance in the wind.
Coming through!
Ja, zeig jetzt kommen.
Scarlet Inferno!
Ist er jetzt besiegt? Nein, er hat noch 600 Leben.
You may be slow, but I'll never...
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Ja, die zwei Toten hauen noch mal eine Combo raus. Los geht's!
You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship? Ridiculous. Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
It can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Mahad-Sar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elda Menancia. Go. To Mahad-Sar, Ganeth Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Und ich dachte schon, der durchbohrt einfach seinen Kopf. Das wäre sehr schön gewesen. Sehr schön.
Are you alright with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream?
What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
Yeah.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans. You're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
Was? Jarlem befreundet. Kisara hat die Gruppe verlassen. Meisterkern der Erde. Rezept für Käsefondue. Und Jarlems Talent. Ein perfekten Ausweichmanöver schärfen sich Jarlems Sinne und sein Stab kommt in Schwung. Dies erweitert sein Angriffsradio erheblich. Auch seine Durchdringung erhöht sich, wodurch er Gegner öfter unterbricht und kritisch trifft.
What's Kisara going to do now?
Ich wollte aber heute mit Kisara spielen. Kann er nicht einfach die Gruppe verlassen, ey.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
Was gab's jetzt eigentlich für den Kampf an FP? Vielleicht wird's Matrix. Wie Boosternzahl in jede Streckung. Und wird die schon irgendwo angefangen? Nee. Die Boosternzahl bei Gegnern in dieser Streckung. So, mit 500 Punkte. Ja, da. Erhöht Schaden bei Gegenangriff. 1600 Punkte. Und erstmal lesen, was hier steht. Architekt eines Miteinander. Auch wenn Dohalim die Unterdrückung in Erdenmenigak aus eigennützigen Gründen beendet, so sorgt er dennoch für ein friedliches Miteinander. Ehemaliger Lord. Der Lord, der über Erdenmenigak herrscht, er hat seinen Posten verlassen, um die Welt zu bereisen und in den Kampf um die Krone ein Ende zu setzen. Dilettant. Ein exzentrischer Mann mit endloser Liebe zur Musik und den Künsten. Er stellt sich in den Diensten von Rena, wo Macht über allem steht. Okay. Luftdruck, eine mittlere Erdart, das den Bereich um den Gegner zerstört. Let's go. Kritisch, schadenwendige Zerstörung, Genesung. No, und jetzt haben wir wieder keine Punkte mehr.
There.
Bada binge. Hier fangen wir eigentlich heute um 4 mit Anime, wenn dein Internet da ist, oder? Hier ist der Plan.
You all arrived here from
Du
Sislodia,
meldest dich
yes?
da, ist klar. Soll ich den hin? Da lang.
In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
Lass mich raten, die steht jetzt einfach hier rum. Latrios. Ich muss schon sagen, das Spiel hat halt echt schöne Umgebung.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danins and Renins have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Achso, ich dachte schon die Katze.
Looks
Die
like it's
Katze ist
time
jetzt
to
einfach der
go.
Anführer.
Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
La 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 la. Oh, krass.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Law und Dorhalim sind die einzigen, die
Actually,
Armanimationen
I was
bekommen, die
wondering if you
laufen.
could use another companion.
Huh?
Heftig.
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danin lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, Because of me. My brother.
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elda Menancia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan Lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part. That you fight alongside me. Not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
So. Die Hörner. Bestes Rezept. Ja, okay. Blattfisch? Ein Rezept mit Fisch, der in einem großen Blatt gegrillt wird. Der Fisch bleibt zart und saftig, während der Duft des Blatts den Raum erfüllt. Okay. Oh, sind Kameraden in Freiheit. Noch eine Ausdauerleiste. Das Ziel ist reif, um Dana mit Gleichgesinnten, die an der besseren Zukunft glauben, zu befreien und den Kampf um die Krone ein Ende zu bereiten. So. Wie viel Punkte hast du? 600. Können wir das erste 40 machen? Spiel denselben Song nochmal. So. Well, hast du rein, Anführer. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
Aus Pappmaché.
You know, I guess I never realized it before. But looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elda Menancia Guard. So, in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Let's go.
Did you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of
Sitzt in eurem Leben aus, das muss
for the
wieder
5 realms that I've
alles voll
visited now.
I wonder what kind of
Ich
lord
würde
we're
gerne
gonna
das
find there.
einsammeln. Danke. Jetzt können wir gerne kämpfen. Keiler Level 20.
This one's mine.
Take this! I'll run you through! Sword Rain Alpha!
Going in.
Ignite!
Haben wir das gar nicht gesagt? Das ist doch ein Lund.
I'll take out the legs with my shield. Anything in armor is all mine. Going in.
I can carve through anything!
Alphen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Natürlich, 7500. Let's go.
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Okay. Und von da kommen. Was gibt's hier so? Gibt's hier für Gegner? Rotheit
I
ist
wonder if
nie.
we can use this.
Müssen wir die Gegner wegboxen.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Ja.
That's it! Can't handle me, can you? Crescent moon! Hear me! Flee! They wrecked you! You gotta go for cover, okay? Here's evil! Crescent moon! Freeze blade! Hook shot! One more!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Thanks,
Less
Kisara!
talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's
You
content.
picked the wrong fight!
Flame of fury! Burning strike! Water! Hear my call!
How about this?
Spread!
Diese Tools hat er gelernt.
This one's mine!
Balkentanz hat er gelernt.
Glacial eat this! Here's Tiger Blade!
Damn.
I need to be stronger.
Was?
Hoo hoo hoo!
Dämonischer Schwanz.
Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo!
Ahuhuhu. Ahuhu. Sieht denn der aus? Wow. Wie dämonisch.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Es ist schön, wenn Maybe was im Wald abgeht.
Out of my way!
They got me flanked!
Was macht der jetzt?
Demon Tank!
This one's mine! Reload! Tiger Blade!
I'll smash you!
Here I go! This one's mine!
I'm on it! This time!
Mega Ray!
Charge like that could
This
easily be
one's
fatal.
mine!
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
That frickin' does it!
I'm ready!
Welche Glocken tun? Ja.
Do it!
Destruction!
Zerhauen.
I'm even stronger than before.
A fish! You saw it too, right?
Nein. Nicht fischen. Oh Gott.
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
Ja.
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Nein. Oh Gott. Oh, ist mir egal. Let's go.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Nothing's biting.
Nicht doch. Ah.
I've got something.
Heftigen Kampf. Ja. Ganz gut läuft's. Hab ich jetzt einen
Well,
Fisch
that wasn't
gefangen?
much of a challenge.
Hoffentlich muss ich das
Not
nicht
too
so
shabby,
oft
friend.
machen. Ja, ist halt Nein, beenden, danke, das reicht. Genug gefischt.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time
Das
sink.
Geräusch.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Ja, danke. Fischen.
Okay!
Natürlich ist er einfach noch ein Angelexperte. Hey, du scheinst ja zu wissen, wie man deine Route richtig umgeht. Ich angel schon jahrelang und habe mittlerweile richtig gute Angelfristen. Ich teile sie mit euch, wenn ihr mögt. Ich hatte als Gegenleistung gerne nur ein paar Sachen. Ich bitte nur darum, mir Aufzeichnungen von jedem Fang zu machen. Wenn ihr irgendwas braucht, ich bin immer da und habt keine Angst herzukommen und mich anzusprechen. Jo, der Angelexperte. Wie wir auch sagen, kleiner Popper. Eine Einladung zum Angeln. Kisara. Angelkünste. Beschleunigt die Ausdauer wieder. Vieles hat sich verändert, seit Miguel Kisara beigebracht hat, wie man Fische fängt, um zu überleben. Als Hobby ist es immer dennoch geliebt. blieben. Alles dasselbe. Den können wir erstmal heilen. Puh, ihr habt mir das Leben gerettet. Jetzt kann ich wieder vergessen, das, was ich gesagt habe. Geht nur weiter. Ein Shield.
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Dann, was kann das Schild? Stunden. Du. Der hat noch nichts. Wir können zuerst mal einen Paul nehmen.
Hey. Is it just me? Or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought, after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
Höchstwahrscheinlich.
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, Law?
Huh?
Okay.
Why are you asking me?
Ultra wichtiges Thema. Hintereintopf. KP nach Kampfreisen. Erfahrungsboost. Mehr fallen gelassene Objekte. Dampfkartoffeln. Los geht's.
This should definitely keep you guys full.
Oh Gott, so viele.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Hau raus, Law.
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomach ache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. I'll take guard duty tonight. It's fine. I feel pretty refreshed after that. That's sleep.
Erstmal verkaufen, wir werden bestimmt irgendwie. Kaufen. Das brauchen wir nicht mehr. Vier. Eine schlechte Rüstung. Ja, nö. Waffe schmieden. Die können wir nicht herstellen, die auch nicht und die auch nicht. Fertigen oder ausrüsten. Unschuldige Lieder. Fertigen oder ausrüsten. Schade. Bei dir können wir auch nichts machen. Gut. Der Baum. Aufbereiten. Mehrpan, Hopan. Anzi, Primo. Gegen Gift. Aufwertung beginnen. So, Bauernhof. Die Tiere können jetzt aufgezogen werden. Pferde. Cool. Was bringen die? Hundefutter. Dann hätte ich gern. Und ein Spawn. Wieso? Wir sollen jetzt in den komischen Wald. So. Kann ich zufällig das als Quest? Oh ja, nein. Das ist mittlerweile umgezogen. Egal.
Banging away.
Wenn ich da jetzt schnell hinreißen. Ha, viel einfach. Da wollen wir hin. Los geht's.
I think Hoodle senses something.
Eulenkundler. Ja, blaues, Silber, Kupfer.
Look! It's all the owls we found. I guess this was their way of thanking us for finding them.
It looks like they're grouping up by color. Is that a thing?
Actually, the color of Dan and Owl's feathers is based on their maturity and their astral energy element. So maybe they stick to certain groups even if they all belong to the same kingdom.
Then I guess that means we can tell just how many owls we found in each domain.
They seem to be saying something.
Maybe they're thanking us for finding their buddies. Then again, maybe they're telling us that we have more owls to find.
I think the Queen is protesting that they shouldn't put undue pressure on us.
Maybe he's arguing back that we're the only ones they can actually turn to?
Right. Which is why the Queen is worried about sowing any ill will with us.
We'll do our best, so don't worry, I think.
Can you understand them?
Of course not. I'm just inferring. For some reason, when I hear them talk, that's just what I imagine them saying.
Oh,
Natürlich.
well, I think you're pretty close to the mark at least.
Well, don't worry about it. We're not breaking our backs over this. I think that was a thank you.
Seems like it. From both of them.
Hoodle seems happy with this. Isn't that nice, Rinwell?
Huh? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, das müsste ja dann theoretisch da irgendwas gewesen sein. Nee, da bleiben wir bei Blau. Bei dir ist nichts dazu gekommen. Nichts. 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 Nee, das ist schon schöneres. Waffenskin. Ja, nö, passt schon. So, Standards, Charakter. Wir müssen das Objekt noch ausrüsten.
Look.
Ja, wir looken jetzt nicht. Da.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Ich laufe in die falsche Richtung.
Out of my way! On guard! Take this on line! Look sharp! One more!
Fear! Pierce evil!
They got me flanked!
Look sharp! That's it!
You're mine!
Tiger Blade!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what I
today.
asked for! Get behind me!
Good! I'll leave it to you!
Now we're not.
Inferno turret!
This one's mine! Hear me! Going in!
Did you hear it now? Double demon bang!
Did you see?
Sure did. The part where you swung and missed, right?
Not that part!
We should be able to cook here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
Ich dachte, es würde noch länger dauern.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Oh. Hey,
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret things.
Eat this! Water! This one's mine!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
This one's mine! Crescent move!
das ist ja voll gut daneben da.
Take this! This one's mine!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Watch this!
Oh, liebe runter.
Going in!
Oder ist?
This one's mine! Do it! Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Okay.
We're in good form!
Hallo, dann müssen wir sie wohl auch noch besiegen.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! Can't get out of this! You're mine!
Take this! This one's mine! Airborne beam! My special! Tiger blade! Going in! Flying freak! What can be
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Good to know my training is paying off.
Opal. Das Nerven von Syl nie stillstehen. Jetzt wird es Zeit, dass ich meine Geheimwaffe einsetze. Ich kann sie an Ort und Stelle stoppen.
There's nowhere to run from my heart! When he slows down, that's our chance!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall!
Prepare to be seen! Dragon form!
Oh, jetzt den anderen.
Stand down. I'll trip it up.
This one's mine! Here I go!
Können wir jetzt bitte Schaden machen? Wenn ein flinker Gegner wie Wölfe oder Affen erscheinen, ist Dohalim der Mann der Stunde. Sein Boostangriff setzt ihm Ausweichkünste ein Ende, so dass Angriffe nicht mehr Bitte, Mom.
Now you've gone and ticked me off! Going in! Take this! Eat this! Take it! So you're mine! Alright! This one's mine! One more! Tiger blade!
Freeze laser!
Going in! Take this!
Das hat nichts gebracht.
On guard! Take this! Anything clever! Do it! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop
Let's
your
go.
movement!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Und was ist da?
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danan relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a
Here
second
again.
thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dan in history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
Krokodilitzer, Schmetterling, Artefakt. Allein spezielle Effekte, das heißt, die Artefakte zu besitzen. Einige dienen als Boni, in deren Genuss man nach dem Durchspielen kommt. Nach dem Durchspielen. Aha. Du kannst jetzt 6 zusätzliche Arts wählen. Drücke den Arts-Menü 3, um nächsten zu wechseln. Um Arts auf der zweiten Matrix zu wirken, drücke L2 sowie Dohalim der Schatzjäger. Beschleunigte Heilwiederherstellung. Dohalim findet ein ungewöhnliches Artefakt, dessen Zweck ein Rätsel ist. Ob sein Interesse daran gerechtfertigt ist, sei dahingestellt. Elementarverteidigung plus 20. Cool, was bringt das Ding? Wo finde ich das? Flammender Meteor. Strengendes Gebrüll. Ja, es ist nur da drin. Luftangriffe haben wir keine. Okay. Finde ich das bei Objekten? Brauchsgüter, Materialien, Waffen, Rüstung, Zubehör, Materialien, Wertsachen, sonstiges. Ja, das bringt mir irgendwas.
I still got a ways to go.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of...
Don't get careless.
Look sharp!
Don't tell me!
Look sharp!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
You're mine!
Flaming meteor.
I'm on it!
Time to
Glacial
shine.
spear!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours
Ja,
truly.
das Muster durchaus nochmal größer gewesen.
Law, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life! And done!
Let's keep up the pace. Go in. I feel it. By the power of the moon. Do it. Get toasty.
Bird strike!
Here I go. It's
Look sharp! One more! Going in! One more!
time to do it.
Heaven's descent! Flashing fish!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Das ist Gelee.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Not in your dreams!
Hurricane thrust!
Going in.
Okay,
Do with the arm. Surrounded. Mega ray. Tiger blade. Hook shot. One more.
Hurricane thrust!
Eat this. This one's down. Hurricane. Searing flame. Reload. On guard. Here.
The enemy wields arcs too.
You'll soon see about that.
Now you see what I can do!
Crescent moon. One more field. Lightning meteor. Lightning viper.
I think we can get through this. It's part of the Renan style.
A style made of both sides.
That's it. This one's mine. Do it. Elton.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Did it!
Yeah. Nice technique. Take this. Art expert coming through.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
We're in for a long slog with this one.
Can't get out of this!
Eat this. One more. This one's mine. Piercing roar. That's it.
Got fire!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
Take this.
All yours!
Tiger blade. On guard. This one's mine. On guard. Take this.
Ignite!
That's my cue.
Watch this.
Shut him down!
Denied. Look sharp. One more.
One more time.
Take this!
Tiger blade. That's it.
Mirage!
Let the
Dragon
marksman
form!
handle this.
Do it. Ringwell.
Frozen.
Hammer. Mega ray. I'm on guard.
A victory for the ages.
Sind wir leer? Nein.
Brace yourself! This one's tough!
Hey, when did I get so popular? No, I won't give in!
Do it.
Stay away from my...
Astral energy.
Say no more!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Resuscitation.
Not today!
Here, let me help. I have to train
I
hard.
owe you one! Double team!
Can't get out of
I'll
this!
bring you back
Demon
from
Fang.
death's abyss. One more. Plenty left. Take this. Going in. That's it. Tiger blade. Time to die.
Not today!
On guard.
Finish it!
Dohalim.
All yours, Kisara!
Here, let me help.
This isn't ideal!
Don't mind if I do.
Double Demon Fang!
Primed and ready.
Demon
Ready
Fang!
to go.
Now you see what I can
Lord.
watch!
You can use
This!
a healing art. That's it. This one's
Down.
mine.
Rising Wyvern!
Piercing roar. Here, let me help. Appreciate the
Rising
help.
Wyvern! You're mine!
Far enough.
Finish
On
it!
guard.
Das
Elton.
keinen Sinn.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Did it!
Here's a healing
Yeah.
art.
Nice technique. Better.
Knowing when we're in too deep is necessary to survive.
We may tend to push our...
Genesung. Complete.
ourselves a little too hard.
Steinschwingmantel.
That equipment should come in handy.
Kann den suchen. Dip, dip, dip. Das war intelligent. Weiter geht's.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here?
Maybe they just had that.
Chili.
Brace yourself! This one's tough! You picked the wrong fight!
One more!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
You'll be right here! Reload! On guard! I'm getting healing arc! Tiger blade!
Sword Rain Alpha!
This one's mine! The tide of battle being turned!
That's the power of comrades in arms.
Comrades in arms.
What? Too sentimental?
Dragon Shadow! This guy is mine! Tiger blade!
Do it! You picked the wrong fight!
This one's mine! This one's mine! Do it! Elton!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I wonder if I'm as strong as my dad was.
One day I think you'll
Das ist irgendwas,
surpass
was
him.
ich haben will. Weg da.
Brace yourself! This one's tough! Rising Lever!
Tiger blade!
Hurricane Strike!
Komm mal,
Give it a whirl!
Rising
This one's
Lever!
mine! This one's mine! Tiger blade! On guard! That's it!
Lightning Thrust!
Here I go! It's over! Look sharp! Tiger!
In a bind?
Talon Hurricane! Take this! Radiant Pierce! Look sharp! Tiger blade! That's it!
I'll smash you!
Look sharp! That's it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Flaming meteor! Take this! Tiger blade! Here it goes! Behind the side! Take this! Talon
Kill
Hurricane!
him.
We're thinning them out. Wait,
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Sure I've built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
Geht hier so.
I don't know about.
Das, über den wir heilen müssen.
Looks like trouble with a capital T.
Together, we've got this!
This one here goes! Look sharp! Take Tiger blade!
Take this!
Crescent moon! It's over! Now you see what I can do! Look sharp! One more! Roll now! I don't have much left! Right here! I got you!
Das ist
Let me at him! I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over.
Who said anything about letting off?
Halte den.
Glacial Steel! Here's the six!
In a bind?
This one's mine! One more! Crescent moon! Let the marksman handle Talon Storm! Light up the dark!
Finish it!
Yohalim!
All yours, Kisara.
Die Obsidienklinge.
I got it.
Got what?
Wir haben nicht genug Punkte. Haben wir einmal. Was bringt denn roter Jasmin? Resistenz.
You can chop up vegetable scraps and use them in the seasoning.
Heilen. Ja. Zorniger Sturmschnabel. Was ist eine Kiste? Da muss ich hin. Dim, dim, dim.
I'm like bait to them! Going in! Piercing roar! Annihilation!
This one's mine!
Anything in Ormond is all mine! That's it!
Lightning
This one's mine! Pierce evil! Far enough! Do it! What else is?
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Get it!
Yeah! Nice technique! One more! Tiger Blade! On guard! One more! Searing Flame! Reload! This one's right! I'll run you through! I let my guard down.
You'll pay for that!
No.
Swallow dance! Sonic Thrust! Here, this one's mine! Bullseye, Sion! Nut! Get out of my sight, Miner, you'll get hit! Oops, right!
Das ist
Sorry,
ein
Blade!
Gewinn.
Still fine after a long throw.
Devastate this one! It's all mine! Ignite!
I'll crush you!
Raus.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Zerstör hier einfach jeden. So, dann müssen wir hier mal kurz Orangengelee verwenden. Das war ein Pfirsich. Der Leber voll viel Leben.
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
Pilze. Kristall. Kupferstücke.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Nein, das kommt nur ein, verdammt. Kann ich den rauskommen?
Look sharp! One more! Eternal devastation! I'm on it! Oh, piercing roar! Just getting
Prepare to be sealed,
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
That's it! Take this! Ready for it! Radiant here! Look
Den.
sharp! Take this! Far enough! Do it!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Astral energy, full throttle! Go!
Take this!
Flame of fury!
Du, 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 du.
My concentration is dwindling. Perhaps I'm tired.
Noch ein Hemkristall und ein Schnippkristall und noch ein Schnippkristall. Jetzt auch wieder Kupferstücke. Wehe, da ist nichts Gutes drin in der Kiste.
They got me flanked! Take this! I'm on it! Look sharp! Here, that's it! Not
Und
today!
Here, let me help.
Alright! Megasonic thrust! Where was I? Perfect move! Going in! Explosive ring! Blazing meteor!
Annihilation!
Time to strike! On guard!
Oh.
Through one!
Du, du, du.
Power of water! Look sharp! Hammer power!
Nee, wir wollen schon den da besiegen.
This one was that freaking dungeon! Swallow blade! Mega ray!
Was?
Fear and throbbing in pain.
Demon Fang! Double
Oh,
Demon
it's-
Fang!
I never miss!
On guard!
Demon Fang!
Radiant ready to go!
Surely! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Gemini Aqua! On guard!
Swallow dance!
One more!
Ignite!
Going in. I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over.
Who said anything about letting off?
Oh, no.
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Steinschwingband. Das klingt doch wie für Rinwell. Wo ist denn die?
None of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
So. Was wir wäre jetzt ganz geil, wenn wir hier irgendwo einen Ort finden zum Heilen. Nee, Map. Gibt's hier noch was?
I wonder if we can use this.
No. Still. Run. Das ist ein Lager. Sehr gut.
What's that big tower over there?
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Ausruhen.
If you need help with anything, just let me know.
Das andere noch an, ne? Oder? 8 Minuten? Dann scheinbar nicht. Mega Herzen. Auch nicht.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Ja, Gemüsesaft.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Miguel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Miguel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
Ja,
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
sind eine tiefe Verbindung
I'll
zu
take watch
Kisara.
tonight. It's okay.
Ich Bewerbung anschauen muss, wegen The Voice. Und deswegen muss ich mir Werbung anschauen heute Abend. Ein junger Mann kann nicht mit leeren Marken kämpfen und los, da keine Ausnahme. Je mehr ist, desto mehr Muskeln bekommt er. Inventarverteidigung. Und für was haben wir das jetzt bekommen? Ach so, ja.
Before we go, do you guys have
Ja, richtig.
everything?
Donnerstags und Sonntags. Ja, 20:15 Uhr auf Sat 1. Pferdefleisch. Oh. Okay. Lass mal Pferde machen. Mehr Pferde. Noch mehr Pferde. Schluck auch haben.
Ja.
War das so richtig?
Not this way, I guess.
Sieht nicht so aus. Okay.
Not this way, I guess.
Was? Aber da geht's doch lang. Really? Phoenix Born. Also der Stream geht bis um 1. Das können wir hier noch nicht lang. Oder wie?
Not this way, I guess.
Natürlich. Die Batterie von meinem DualShock ist fast leer. Natürlich. Ah, haha. Das ist ja unangenehm. Das heißt, ich muss mich jetzt auch umsetzen. Weil mein Kabel zu kurz ist. Wupp. Stelle ich jetzt mein Mikro hin? Bleibst du hier stehen? Kommst du bis dahin? Du kommst bis da nicht. Naja, passt schon so. Ist mir bewusst, dass man mich hört, aber ich muss mich ja trotzdem umsetzen. Und wäre mein Mikro da, wo es vorher war, dann wäre das ein bisschen anders. Ja. Was gibt's hier? Pfeffer.
Ja.
Ich habe immer noch nicht geguckt, ob das Schaden macht, weil ich einfach irgendwo runterspringe.
shot! If it's in the sky, it's mine! This one's mine! This one's mine! Annihilate the tiger blade! Why can't they just sit still?
Ich meine, theoretisch hat ja noch einen zweiten Punkt. Der ist kaputt.
You've got a knack for battle.
They still plan on training.
That's what I like to hear.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Get them apart to your heart's content.
Now I'm real mad!
Tiger blade!
They're all
Here's evil! That's it! Do it!
We managed to pull through.
Hallo, gibt's hier eine Schatzkiste? Können wir einfach weggehen? 5 davon.
Out of our way! To me, like moths to the flame.
Here! Going in! Sight! Tiger blade!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like it's not where you're truly ready to go.
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that. Here's a healing art. Let the marksman handle this.
Here I come!
Eat this! Radiant!
Turn the tables on.
There are still more left.
Right, no time to hold back.
Take shot! Take burn! Dragon shot! Going in! That's it! Flush! Piercing roll! Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! See that? That training's paying off.
Rising Wyvern! One more! Denied! On guard! One more!
Double demon blade! Rising Wyvern!
That's it! Let me help!
Natürlich hat er noch volle Mühe.
Eat this! Tiger blade! Our expert coming through! On guard! Light up the dark!
Ready to use a hand. Now you see what I can do.
All right, let me at him! Eat this! Nelson!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Sword and shield!
A classic combination.
Dafür bin ich hierher gekommen. Oh. Wetterstein. Und keine Kiste. Pure Enttäuschung. Wir können den einfach vorbeilaufen.
Yeah, if only I were a cat.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it, though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that.
Not an idea.
Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
Yeah.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
Kann ich nachvollziehen.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me?
So etwas zu tun.
Certainly you're not looking to me for
Gemüse.
culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Okay.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Jetzt angegriffen werden.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down.
And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Schlimm.
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? Said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Was?
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Its defenses are down!
I'll beat it to death! You're mine! You're finished!
I never miss!
Yo.
Eat this! On guard! Take this!
Here!
Let me have it!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Sword rain outlaw! Raining sword! Eternal devastation!
Going in!
Here's a healing art!
Hook shot! Going in!
One more! Tiger blade!
First strike!
This one going in!
Here.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Appreciate the help!
Take this.
You picked the wrong
Show
fight.
me your strength.
Haben wir... Haben wir nicht.
It's weakened!
I'll run you through! This ends now!
Here, let me help.
I let my guard down!
Nein!
I'll bring you back from death. I'll bring you
Take
back from
this.
death's abyss.
Enjoy.
I'll
Ist okay.
bring you back from death's abyss. I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Take this.
Primed and ready. This one's mine.
Enjoy.
Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Double Demon Fang!
Da ist wohl jemand ganz schön drauf.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die.
Oh lol.
a wretch like you.
Was?
Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword.
Geht's gut?
It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Der hat sich jetzt, wer er ist.
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Schnellreisestandort hinzugefügt.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened.
Dohalim.
Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shion has got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Kan jag bara...
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
Nett.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Nein,
Here is my
ja,
proof.
jetzt auch getan.
Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Danon leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadheim's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadheim. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
Auf zur Basis.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun.
Yeah,
Das ist wahr.
this place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
Das Loot. Hühnchenfleisch.
So you're Elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger.
Ja Mensch, das sieht einfach genauso
Guess
aus
the
wie der
armor
von
beats you
Kranich.
up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
What, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding
Ja,
off in a
nein,
hole
die kommt
somewhere.
bestimmt einfach mit einer Armee zurück.
But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quiet.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then...
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Oh. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you know that.
Können wir einfach kurz mit unserem Schwert da durch sein Herz gehen und dann wieder langsam rausziehen?
Our friends and more.
Das ist auch okay.
Son of a...
You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Way!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm!
Das ist jetzt
We're
eine
not
Gruppe
afraid of
von
any
4
Bright Eyes.
Leuten,
It's
oder?
only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Ich sehe jetzt nicht besonders viel. Dim, di, di, dim.
Hey, wait up. Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadheim.
This isn't Deadheim's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
Sie ist halt ein Rinwell. Es macht keinen Sinn, jeden zu hassen lernen.
I get the feeling Deadheim signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is... When you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him, too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell!
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed. Music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves, and outright forbade the ownership of instruments, is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
Ja, hallo, Sie haben einen Quiz.
What's
Ja, ich bin zu faul, um das zu lesen.
Hey.
Yeah!
Das ist hier einfach
Good. All right!
so. Alright. Was haben wir direkt geschafft? Ja, easy.
Hey, if we find anyone who needs help...
Oh,
Rezept für Curry.
great!
Yes. Hey.
Good.
Really? What? Yes.
Ja, ganz verstanden.
All right. Right.
Really?
What?
Huh?
Echt nur... Ist ihre Kochkünste widersprechen oder was?
All right.
Wir brauchen jetzt Tauben, die Schützenkinder Topfschlacht.
Yes.
Jawohl,
Over there.
Hast du so ein Messer? Was willst du denn damit machen? Ist zum Tanzen bitten? Nein, natürlich nicht. Das heißt, jawohl, Chefin.
Yes.
Jawohl,
All
Chefin.
right.
Aufgepasst. Schür das Feuer rein, das Wasser zum Kochen, keine Zeit, um in der Gegend herumzugucken. Jawohl. Bium, bium. Das ist alles erledigt.
All right.
Yeah.
By the by, Shion, if you don't mind my asking, would you be willing to share what sort of clothes are
Gern aus. Ba, ba, bam.
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia.
Mhm. So, dann verteilen wir gleich noch die EFP. Und dann sind wir für heute fertig. Ja, du solltest dich doch ausruhen.
Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shion. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest.
Nee, der hat mir erstmal den Schaden gekriegt. Oh, well. Ja. Wo war denn das? Kann man nicht empfangen. 700 Punkte. Was bringt das? Tragbeteiligung. Das Drehen. Angriff. Ja, das ist Gegenangriff. Flexibler Gegner. Erhöht Verteidigung. Was war das? Ein aufwärtszielender Tritt, der den Gegner näher heranbringt. Eigentlich schon kritischen Treffer. Mit Rechnung des Verbesserungsrechnung Waffe. Sie haben wir das fertig. Negatives Tor, eine dunkles. Anfängerarm, das der tiefschwarze Kugel der aufgeschüttete Gegner endlich hinein. Einfaches, perfektes Schussfleisch. Roll. EBA. Boost. Gut. System speichern. Ja. Dann war's das wohl für heute. Bis zum nächsten Mal.